Okay, boys and girls, we're back for the last lesson of this week. We're going to be doing still division, but also it has some decimals because we're doing money, and money has decimal point, like we already know. Okay, so just to go over it quickly, the steps when you're dividing money is the first thing you have to do is you have to put the decimal point and the 2 zeros in the dividend, in the part inside of the little house. A lot of times they'll give it to you already, but sometimes they'll give you the problem and it won't have the decimal point and the 2 zeros at the end, and you have to add that because if not, you're not going to be able to divide it. Okay, so then after that, you would write on the top, remember when we divide money, in the quotient on top, we put the dollar sign right on top and the decimal point right on top, wherever it is, right? So that we already have it there in our answer, in our quotient set up. And then you would divide and check. So let's get started with an example. Okay, $12 divided by 25. So step 1, we have to add the decimal point and the 2 zeros, right? If we would not have had that there, would we have been able to do 25 into 12? No, because 25 is larger than 12. So we need to make sure that we have those cents at the end to be able to do it equally. So now our next step is that we put the dollar sign and decimal point directly above, right on top of where it is in our dividend, so that we don't forget, right? Okay, we already said that 25 cannot go into 12. Since it's money, we would have to put a 0, right? Because we're not going to have any dollars, we're only going to have cents. So now we're going to do 25 into 120. So right there. So we think 2 times what is close to 12? 2 times 6 gives us 12, right? But we have the same problem that we had in the other lesson. When we do 6 times 5, we're going to have a number carried over, which will make it greater than 12. So it can't be 6. It has to be a smaller number. So we can try 5 or 4. Let's try 5. 25 times 5. 5 times 5 gives us 25. 5 times 2 is 10, plus 2 more is 12. 125. Too big, because we're doing 120. So it has to be 4, right? We know that because 125 is very close, but over. So it's going to have to be 4. So 4 times 5 gives us 20, right? 0. Carry the 2, or you could do it this way. Up to you, doesn't matter, right? Then 4 times 2 gives us 8, plus 2, 10, right? 100. Also, you can think 25, it's like quarters. When we have 4 quarters, we have $1, which is 100. Yes? Now we subtract 0. 2 minus 0 is 2. We have 20. Is 20 less than 25? Yes. The next step, we have to bring down our 0. Now we have 200. Okay, so 25 is going to go into 200 how many times? If we just did 25 times 4 was 100, it would have to be double that to be 200, right? So it would have to be 25 times 8. Okay? If you need to write it to figure it out, that's fine. You could do it on the side. Let's see, 25 times, you can guess, right? Try different numbers. Obviously, it has to be bigger than 5, which we already have here as 125, because we're trying to get to 200. We said it was 8. We'll give you 40. 8 times 2 is 16, plus 4 is 20, so the 200. When we subtract, we get 0. Now, since we're doing money, there's not going to be any remainders. If you get a remainder, you did something wrong. Okay? So for this one, it would be 48 cents. Okay? Now, if they give you the problem written this way, horizontally, right? The first thing you need to do is set it up in the little house. No, Miss Clau, I don't need to do it like that. I can do it sideways. I love you, but no, you can't. Please set it up in the little house. okay? Because you have to go through all these steps and all this stuff, you can't do it that way. So the first number they give you is what goes inside of the little house. $44 divided by 11. So the 11 goes on the outside, right? Our first step, we have to put the decimal point and the 2 zeros. Then in our answer, we have to put the dollar sign and the decimal point right above where they were, okay? So we see, can 11 go into 4? No. Can 11 go into 44? Yes, and evenly. 11 times what gives us 44? That's easy. 4, right? 4 times 11, 44. We subtract, we get 0, right? But what do we do with these 2 zeros? We still have to put them, so we add them to our quotient, $4 and no cents, because it goes in evenly. So we have $4. Okay, make sure you put the decimal point and the 2 zeros and the dollar sign, always, because we're doing money. Okay, another type of problem that they would give you is they give you 2 options. Like let's say you're in a store and they have different promotions, right? So this one, it says 6 bottles of shampoo for $21 or 8 bottles of shampoo for $22. So you're trying to figure out which one is a better buy. Which one's giving you more product for less money? The product here being the shampoo, right? So more bottles of shampoo paying less money per bottle, right? Because obviously between 21 and 22, $22 is more money, but you're also getting more bottles of shampoo. So how would you do it is you would divide. So you would divide the $21 divided by 6. Remember, add the decimal point, the 2 zeros, write the dollar sign, and the decimal point. 6 can go into 21 how many times? 3. Good answer. Gives us 18. The 1 becomes an 11. The 2 becomes a 1. We subtract. 11 minus 8 is 3. We bring down a 0. 30. 6 times what gives us 30? 5. We subtract. We get 0. Now we still have a 0 left, so we need to add that to our quotient. So the answer for that would be $3.50. That's telling us that for this deal, each bottle of shampoo would be $3.50. Now for the other option, we have to see. So we do 8 divided by $22, right? We add the decimal point and the 2 zeros. We put the decimal point and the dollar sign in our answer, and we divide. 8 goes into 22 how many times? 8 times 2 gives us 16. We subtract. The 2 becomes a 12. That 2 becomes a 1. 12 minus 6 is 6. We bring down our 0. We have 60. 8 times what is close to 60? 8 times 7? Yes. 56. Subtract. The 0 becomes a 10. The 6 becomes 5. 10 minus 6 is 4. We bring down our other 0. Now we have 40. 8 goes into 40 how many times? 5. Beautiful answer. 40, 0. Okay? So, which one is a better buy? Which one has each bottle costing less? This one, right? Each of these bottles costs $2.75. Each of those bottles, when you have 6, costs $3.50. So the second one, the 8 bottles of shampoo for $22 is a better price. Okay, so you would circle that one. Now you need to divide both of them to be able to figure out which one you're paying less per bottle for this example. It could be per can of soda or a juice box or whatever it is that they're asking you, okay? So remember to divide. Also, I'm gonna put, no, I already put this little sheet that we used to use, remember in the back table we would use it with the marker, so that you can print it out if you need it, if it helps you to divide, to remember to bring down, and also the steps here on the side that you can go checking, okay? If you put it at your house in a Ziploc bag, a big Ziploc bag, you can write on it. Or a sheet protector, if you have a sheet protector, that's basically the same thing as this, okay? So good luck with that, and make sure you do your workbook page 162, and you show your work. Have a good day.